Welcome, collective. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot doing an all signs collective reading for the current energy of this time. And I'm feeling really moved by a number of personal experiences that I believe are becoming increasingly global. I know that I'm not alone in this work, and that much of what I sense is being sensed by others, by you, perhaps. This is a general reading. It is meant to be timeless. So whenever you find it, it's meant for you. The overall energy of this reading is the Eight of Discs. And what is coming very clearly to me is that you are doing the work. And that can mean many different things to many of you. The work, in this context, I believe means the work that you were meant to do, the work that you came here to do, the work in healing yourself as preparation and amplification of the work that you're doing so that you are devoted to the work as an act of love. This is an opening of your heart space, aligning with all of your talents, your gifts, your awareness, who you are, your practical efforts at providing service to others, whatever that service is, but from a place of enjoying, loving the crafting of your work, the making of it, losing yourself in that, as if the work you do, you don't even need a paycheck to do it. In other words, you would do this work whether you were being paid or not, because you're understanding that whether you're paid or not, the point of your efforts is clear to you. You're on a mission. And underneath the deck is the 10 of Wings, which is the 10 of Swords in other decks. And this is coming to me describing your many, many lives that you have lived, many deaths you have had, and many rebirths within which you are now experiencing a rebirth. This is a great release of so many conditioned messages, so many ancestral or generational messages, so many timelines and responsibilities that you have gained as you've gained more competence, more clarity, more overall illumination. This is telling me that you live in the energy of release. That is releasing that which no longer serves you, that which you know is not for you. And I think that's key right here. What is not for you, as in the expectations of others, based on the well-being of your, based on the desire to protect you, to support your well-being, based on not knowing what your talents are, what your desires are in the way that you do. So this has been a constant stripping, shedding process that I believe you're experiencing as you have lived new experiences, tried new things, gained new skills, and then left that experience behind to move on to something more comprehensive, more inclusive, more authentic to your desire. And I've also pulled a glyph oracle card for you. And this is the Eye of Horus and Omniscience. So it's numbered 34, which reduces to a 7, which is the Chariot card. The Eye of Horus is the fascinating story of Horus losing an eye in a battle with his uncle Set, and Thoth restoring that eye. So it's interesting to me that deity have one eye, at least in the Egyptian pantheon and hierarchy. This is about an eye that sees from the seat of your third eye. This is the vision, the perception that sees beyond the physical world, that sees through the soul, that has complete access to all ancient wisdom. And this, again, is a result of your many experiences, your many deaths and rebirths as a result of those experiences. And the gaining, understanding that life is about eternal expansion. Nothing escapes the watchful gaze of the divine. And that is understanding that everything you've experienced, no matter how disappointing or short of the mark you may feel it is, has taken you to where you are. And you're in a place of incredible empowerment where you understand that the world is for your learning, your growth, your pleasure, your joy. This ability to see all, see clearly, see through is not only a form of protection for you, you're watched over, you're guarded over, but also it's a way in which you yourself are gaining the skill to look through and see what is really important, what is really there, where is the light, what is the lightness that you are experiencing. Beautiful energy. I want to remind you that if this reading resonates for you, please like this video. Please share it with others if you think it can be helpful or enjoyable to them. And please subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. It helps me to get my messages out, and I greatly appreciate your support towards that end. So thank you. In the present, we have the 10 of Vessels, or the 10 of Cups, and this is beautiful omen of the incredible gifts of the world from your vantage point here. This is about understanding that your world is one of resourcefulness, of sharing, of safety, of learning from one another and all parts of that community, as small or large as you envision it. All the healing, support, love, attention that you require is embedded in this community, and it's shared among all of its members. This is really you experiencing the world as this abundant whole, and it's an experience of yourself that you want to share with others. So it's as though you're glimpsing through your own personal experience what the world could be like. This is not a world of McMansions and fancy cars and shopping malls. This is a world of people sharing their resources, however humble or expansive those resources are, caring about one another, checking in on those that you know have less capacity or less mobility, sharing food, growing food, building things, ways to support all in the community, listening to the range of experiences, providing safety so that people can speak their truth, no matter how challenging or difficult that is. So this feels like a little glimpse of paradise to the extent that you recognize you are experiencing some kind of bountiful garden in your own life. In the past, the Oracle of Wings, this is the Page of Swords, and I really love this particular card, this page, because this represents that in the past, you've come to a place of recognizing the limits of what you know, the limits of what you have experienced. And this is necessary to reach this place in order to force you to open up to find out. The Page of Swords, the Oracle of Wings, is all about finding out, getting the information, watching what others do, asking questions, being curious, not judgmental, but curious. And this is what has released you into this place of seeing every opportunity, every experience as an opportunity to grow and expand and to learn. Everyone knows something you don't. And so this is almost the card that has set up this beautiful present where you welcome in a community all of the differences that exist among uh, individuals, families, groups. It's about inclusivity. In the future, the goddess of columns is the King of Wands. So this marks an incredible sense of power and authentic desire on your part, moving quickly to what it is you desire with determination, with clarity, with enough clarity to inspire others, to motivate others, to be a leader. This is interesting. I'm going to clarify with the 10 of Vessels in the present, with the Emperor card, the Death card. Interesting. So both of these feel to me as though they resonate quite strongly with energies of Mars and Pluto. And that's important because I do believe that this ability to see all, to welcome insight, knowledge, to seek wisdom, that which you seek seeks you. Those are the words that I'm hearing, is really about your ability to release control of other people, external events, and those things that you can't control. You've thoroughly learned to embed this practice into your life, into your present moment. We simply shed as part of a natural cycle of life. We accumulate, we grow, and then we shed. And I feel like that has become so automatic for you that you are enabling this community of others with other desires to be able to bring those, offer those to the community in a way that lets you build on the strengths of others. So there's a strong leadership component here in the present as well. When you have access to this kind of perception and this kind of wisdom, you have likely been well experienced, as is the case with the Emperor. You've lived many experiences and you've worked on behalf of a community or on behalf of others so that you are experienced at strategizing the best way to navigate a course towards a goal. But you do that by building up the trust between you and those you work with and for. So this is a leader who understands that they are working for the people that they lead. And this is a beautiful way of giving permission for this resourceful, generous community where everyone shares in an equitable experience, giving from their strength, asking for what they need in safety. In the past, the Oracle of Wings, the Page of Swords, is clarified by the Two of Wands and the Four of Swords. So yeah, I think this is letting me know that this experience has been built upon a strong spiritual foundation. There's more of the theme of releasing, but releasing heartache, releasing hurt, disappointment, rejection, and recognizing that those things showed you who you were and what you truly want. They showed you what you didn't need. And a lot of times it isn't the approval of others that we need. It is the support. And you've understood that those things you often look to others for, you can give yourself. And as a result of that, you feel a sense of gratitude for where you're at, in a sense that gratitude becomes your foundation. That's what's enabling this beautiful garden of paradise, which is what I'm calling your community, your home, your collective, your project. The Two of Wands is about knowing that you couldn't stay where you were in the past. Wherever that was, that place of knowing you had reached the limits of what you knew and what you had experienced and needed more, wanted more. This card addresses that and shows that you know who you are. It's time to allow yourself to be challenged, to allow yourself to be uncomfortable. Staying comfortable in silent meditation, which apparently your meditative mindfulness practices are quite strong. And this is a beautiful time to really delve deep into your meditation practices. You can't stay there. As tempting as it is, as beautiful as the bliss you're experiencing in this moment of oneness, of perception, of vision, of access to wisdom, you can't stay there. You have to move on. These are simply tools that are helping you to expand and move forward. In the future, the goddess of columns is clarified by the Five of Swords and the Four of Wands. Love it. So the Five of Swords is really speaking to all the ways that you are addressing the naysayers, all the ways that you are releasing the internalized criticism, negative feedback, hurtful comments, being laughed at, being not taken seriously, how you have flipped that around and recognized that these are not your problems. These are the criticisms, the even constructive criticisms are really a place for dialogue, where dialogue begins. And unless dialogue is engaged in helping you to appreciate another point of view, then it is the problem of those that don't appreciate you, that don't think your ideas are worthy, that reject your requests for support. And you're not seeing that as your problem anymore. You're seeing that as just a place to receive feedback. It doesn't mean the feedback isn't worthwhile, but you're aware that anytime you attempt to move forward in a direction, there will be those that are fearful, those that don't understand, and those that risk, they are aware, losing you. And that can overtake the sense of encouragement, positive response, curiosity coming from them to understand or to want to know more. And yet, through that, you are building this beautiful commitment. You are achieving something. You have achieved a social, emotional, a cultural, and a spiritual foundation for what it is you are building and growing. Whatever this work is that you are in, you are devoting. This work almost feels like your meditation at times. You're building this not just for your own upliftment, for your own celebration, but you're celebrating your entire collective. You understand that these understandings, these lessons, this growth, this expansion is a way of claiming this as a lifelong practice, lifelong mindfulness, lifelong growth. And this is something that is leveraged by each advancement that any individual as part of a collective makes. The growth is exponentially shared. It is magnified. And so this achievement is a cause for celebration for you. I'm going to finish up this reading with Soul's Journey Oracle card and grief. I love this. You say, really? I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. And I do believe that this is keyed into the sense of many lifetimes of loss, many deaths, many rebirths that you are experiencing as part of this continuous shedding. And with this continuous shedding, a real experience is grief. And with our awareness, our openness, our access to wisdom, we also grieve those things we've had to let go of, we've lost. This grieving doesn't mean you're turning around in anxiety about the people that you're leaving behind. It does mean that you're recognizing that something that once felt comfortable, good or bad, is something that is no longer part of your reality, no longer part of your perception, no longer part of your value. And it's okay to grieve that. It's okay to be stuck in a sense of vacuum when you let go of so much and you are feeling your perception, your existence fill up with light. But that light is not telling you where to go. It's not doing anything. It's just letting you be. It's celebrating you. You're experiencing full connectivity and unity. So in order to let the light in, we have to release some of the dark. Thank you for this beautiful moment with you. If you enjoyed this content, check out more content there. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your comments, your appreciations. Until next time, namaste.